They judged my dirty boots, now I own their building. The snobbiest jewelry store in Beverly Hills called the cops on me. And now I literally own their entire building. My grandpa had just passed away, and he left me a cashier's check for $50,000. He worked his fingers to the bone his whole life, just so he could leave me something special. His dying wish was for me to buy this specific vintage gold watch that he'd always obsessed over. So on a Tuesday, straight after my shift at the auto shop, I walked right into this ultra-luxury boutique. I was still wearing my grease-stained coveralls and my dusty work boot. The second the door chimed, the air in the room just froze. The manager, this guy in a tailored, ridiculously expensive suit, looked at me like I was actual garbage. I pulled out the crisp, bank-certified check and said, "I'm here to buy the 1972 chronometer." He didn't even look at the check. He just sneered and said, "We don't take fakes here, sweetie. It's a real check from my bank," I said, my voice shaking a little. But before I could even explain, he snapped his fingers. Two massive security guards grabbed my arms, twisting them hard behind my back. They dragged me into a back office, shoved me into a chair, and locked the door. I was absolutely terrified. I kept crying, begging them to just call the bank to verify it. But they just laughed and called the police, claiming I was trying to commit grand theft. When the cops showed up, they didn't even ask for my side of the story. They just slapped the cuffs on me and threw me in the back of a cruiser. But here's where they messed up big time. My grandpa's estate lawyer happens to be a ruthless civil rights attorney. When he showed up to the precinct, he took one look at my bruised wrists and his eyes just lit up. False imprisonment, physical assault, and blatant discrimination, he whispered, smiling like an absolute shark. We didn't just sue the store, we sued the entire corporate brand. And after the judge saw the security footage of them aggressively detaining a grieving girl over a totally legitimate check, let's just say the settlement was in the tens of millions. I didn't just buy that vintage watch. I bought the commercial lease for their entire property. And my very first act as their new landlord was handing that snobby manager an eviction